My name is Jason Salman, and welcome to Crestron Next. For the next 2 days, we'll be looking at what's new, what's now, and, because we do love alliteration and need to explain our title, what's next for communication and collaboration technology for work, school, and home. Or, as I like to call it, my living room. I'll be your host, your guide, your Sherpa, if it helps you feel a little more outdoorsy, introducing sessions, people, and basically guiding you through what to look forward to, what to expect, and what to get excited about. Side note, if you do feel like getting excited about something I haven't pointed out, please keep that to yourself. If you think about it, me being here makes a lot of sense. I mean, we're all in the business of connecting. We do it both by observing and understanding people, how they live, work, and play, and most especially, what they want. You use technology, I use humor. Although I do understand both a little since I did study engineering at Texas A&M. I'm kidding, I don't understand what you do at all. But let's get started with some people who do, with a welcome from the boss, President and CEO, Randy Klein, celebrating his 30 years at Crestron, followed by Ranjan Singh, Crestron's Executive VP of Product and Technology.
Hello everyone and welcome to Crestron Next. You know, when InfoComm was canceled, I can't say we weren't surprised, but without a doubt, we were all very, very disappointed. InfoComm is one of the greatest shows in the world for our industry. It's a great place for all of us to come together. We get to share ideas, reconnect with so many people we haven't seen in a long time. And on top of that, for us, we get to show all of the great new products we've been working on for the past year. And probably yours, my personal favorite, the very much anticipated Crestron Swirl Party. The Swirl Party is something I truly look forward to so very much each year. It's the one time we get to give back to you, our treasured partners. This is the night we get to show our appreciation to all those people that have shown their support to both us and the industry this past year. And on top of that, we get to have a really great time. But above all, the show demonstrates that our industry is alive and thriving and continues to show our increasing relevance and importance to the world. You know, the last several months have brought many changes, the way we work, the way we go about our daily lives. But one thing we do know, today it's more important than ever to have the technology that helps people to collaborate, to help students learn, and to help families stay connected. Our industry has a huge role to play in creating solutions that are easy to deploy, easy to use, and most importantly, answer the challenges facing our businesses, our schools, and our communities. Crestron has a rich heritage of being nimble and innovative, and the ability to deliver leading-edge solutions over and over again. This makes us uniquely positioned to meet our customers' needs today and make the most of the opportunities that lie in front of us. We also have a history of innovating through challenging times, and this pandemic is no exception. These past several months, we've been very, very busy. In March, literally overnight, we transformed our entire company, thousands of employees around the world, to a remote workplace. Every department, every part of our company, then and now, continues to serve our customers almost completely transparent, not a single beat missed. We've invested millions into virtual events, webinars, experience center visits, trade shows, and this, the best ever, Crestron Next. Our customer and technical support teams continue to do an incredible job, as they always do. They create over 1,000 system designs or quotes each week. Customer support fields nearly 2,000 inquiries each day. Training attendance has almost tripled to 17,000 students. Virtually every class has been converted to an online format, either self-paced or instructor-led. Our order entry department is very busy too, processing over 1,500 orders per day. Our shelves are full. We have most everything, nearly 100% of our products in stock and ready to ship anywhere in the world within 48 hours. And my favorite, our annual Masters event. We were all pretty disappointed when we were forced to take our rich tradition of the Masters to an online venue. But wow, this year was something else. 35,000 session attendees, 4,000 individual attendees. That's up from just over 1,250 last year. 24,000 MTA, or Masters Technology Architects, session attendees. That's 2,850 individual attendees, up from only 300 last year. This is a really, really important stat because those MTAs, they are the architects of our future. Yes, we have truly mastered the masters. Then, of course, the big one, InfoComm. When the show was canceled, we started thinking, what can we do? We knew we didn't want to just replace InfoComm. We knew we didn't want to do just another virtual trade show like everyone else. We knew we didn't want to do more webinars, more PowerPoints, or just a representation of our website. Instead, we wanted to give people a real experience of what Crestron has been up to the past year and where we're going to go in the future. And that's why we call it Crestron Next. With over 12,000 total registered, Crestron Next promises to deliver. It's a total different and very unique approach to a virtual event. It's something like you've never seen before. It's packed full of information. It's engaging and fully interactive. You actually get to create your own personalized agenda and schedule live interactive sessions with our team members and their products. That's why we call it the first ever live virtual event. You'll see through many, many presentations and demonstrations that we are still 100% committed to bringing you the very best leading-edge technology. You'll see through the lens of Crestron Next, we have a world of new products and solutions for the workplace of tomorrow, for the home of tomorrow, and for the school of tomorrow, because tomorrow is today. You know, I've been in this great industry all my life. At Crestron, 30 years now. I've seen a lot of changes over those 30 years and tons of firsts from our great R&D minds. The first microprocessor-based control system, the first touch panel and then color touch panel, the first Ethernet-enabled control system, and then the transformation bringing our industry into the digital age. And now we're doing it again with all the products and solutions for the workplace of tomorrow. You'll see throughout the course of the next 2 days that nobody can deliver such a wide array of products for every application and need. Our products come together seamlessly to provide a complete integrated managed platform, one that scales and provides value, one that meets every need, and one that is safe and effective. That's the Crestron offering. There's no question our world, our lives, and our industry have all changed. But with this change brings great opportunity and a greater, brighter future for all of us. Crestron has always been forward-thinking, and now, more than ever, our focus is on the future. The use of personal devices is more important than ever because what do you trust and use more than your own device? Our new personal device product offerings are unprecedented. Imagine walking into a room and through the magic of facial recognition, the room knows who you are, who's going to the meeting, and sets it up automatically. Imagine taking control with your voice like you've never experienced before. And it doesn't stop there. Touch-free rooms with wireless presentation and occupancy sensors. Personal device integration with rooms. Duplicate the room screen on your own personal device. Gesture control. Wave your hand in front of the screen to trigger an action. RFID. Simply swipe a badge in front of the screen and you're ready to begin. Antimicrobial coatings on touch panels and cables, room-based occupancy alerts to ensure social distancing, and of course, the award-winning cloud-based XIO to tie it all together. We don't have to imagine anymore. It's here today with Crestron. We're in the room business, the building business, and the enterprise business. It's true, the 10-person room with 10 people is a thing of the past, at least for now. The new 10-person room will have 5 people in it, but the other 5 people will still need to be a part of the group. Because the remote working is fine, but it doesn't create the energy, the spirit, and the culture that foster great ideas. Regardless of location, people will need to meet and collaborate more than ever, and they must do it safely and productively. That's where we come in to provide the spaces and technology for those remaining people. Places that used to be cafeterias and lobbies and open spaces may be used to house those meetings. The new modern workplace will become more of a meeting place, and the home will evolve to become more of a workplace, both of which Crestron has technology and solutions to deliver. We bring conferencing expertise to your home and turn your family room into the ultimate virtual meeting place with family and friends through great products like HomeTime. We bring conferencing systems to your business that deploy fast and easy in any location with products like the new FlexR series. And they all work on any platform such as Microsoft Teams or Zoom. That's why Forbes magazine recently quoted, Crestron is leveraging its enterprise conferencing chops to help support work from home users and prepare organizations for the eventual return to the office. However things shake out, Crestron deserves credit for thinking outside of the box during COVID-19. That's pretty cool to hear it from Forbes. It's been a very busy and somewhat challenging year for us. I'm so proud of all of our people. We've learned and grown so much. The sense of community that we've developed is incredible. These past few months have forced us to think differently, to think what tomorrow will look like and what it will need. Because yes, the world has changed a lot, and it's going to continue to change for some time. But remember, those changes bring unprecedented opportunity. Crestron is alive and doing very well today, and we have plans to stay that way for a long, long time. So please always know, we're here for you. We're committed to bringing you value and opportunity to help grow your business and address the future needs of our changing world. It means so much to all of us at Crestron that you've taken your time to be with us and to see what's next. I hope you enjoy and learn from everything you'll experience for the next 2 days. Thank you again, guys. Have a great show.
Randy, thank you for the introduction. I would like to expand on some of the things that Randy has so eloquently stated, adaptability and innovation. Firstly, I would like to speak to the great adaptability of Crestron and its employees in going from a predominantly work from the office environment to a remote environment. It is amazing for me to see what we have been able to accomplish during this time in conjunction with our partners to serve our customer base. We have a global organization with many employees across many countries, each operating under different paradigms. And we were able to find a way to innovate, release products, and serve our customer base. Secondly, Crestron has continued its investment in R&D unabated during these times. There are very few companies that are willing to invest 10+% of their revenues in R&D annually. We have continued to invest to serve our customer base, as evidenced by many of the new products and services and software we released to the market and you're going to see in this show. We have committed to a product roadmap to which you will have unprecedented access. All of the things that we are launching soon and many of the things that we are researching to continue Crestron's rich history of bringing groundbreaking innovation. Innovation comes from many fronts: employees, partners, customers. We've always engaged with our customers, but during this time, we have over-rotated in engaging both internally and externally, resulting in insights that have helped shape our roadmap. We continue to also adapt in the way we develop and engineer our products to respond to the market needs and deliver value. Case in point, we moved to a monthly cadence for software releases on many of our products: Crestron Home, Air Media, AV Framework, XIO, and quarterly updates for many of our other products such as Flex and NVX. For those not familiar with AVF, it is a simple way to configure and operate a room, no programming required. XIO is a cloud-based service enabling remote operations and management of all of AV and UC technology, and it's also a delivery vehicle for SaaS solutions from Crestron. We have pivoted our roadmap to respond to the needs of return to work or school, call it phase 1, which is basically get people through the door. We built the AV Cart, the FlexR series solution, from concept to launch in under 30 days. A need was identified in medical and university settings as part of our customer conversations to have portable video conferencing technology. We are also producing a new Crestron mobile application for touchless control of meeting rooms. We did extensive research with our customer base and deliberately held back producing a quick fix solution that would get us the market attention, but not necessarily solve the customer problem. For this application, we went from research to launch in under 90 days. We'll be launching it later this month. We will also be rolling out antimicrobial coating and cleaning mode on our touchscreen devices in response to the hypersensitive environment we live and work in now. We chose to defer some investments, like enabling workflow for thermal scanning and badged entry, as our research suggested that it is not something easily integrated into building IT and security systems to get people through the door, which is phase one. We have also responded to the needs of the market with an explosion in the use of technology and the need to remotely operate that environment. We learn every day, working with our customers and partners hand in hand in enabling them to reopen their buildings, their meeting spaces, while not having personnel on site. We have relaunched XIO Cloud with a frictionless experience to trialing XIO Cloud through our cloud portal. We have changed the XIO Cloud commercial model to deliver unprecedented value to our customers during these times. We've gone from $8 per device per month to $8 per room per month. One of our very large customers migrated 3,000 plus rooms seamlessly from Fusion to XIO in under 2 weeks. We are responding to the needs of the market by releasing new functionality in XIO Cloud every 2 weeks. We have all this and a lot more to showcase during this great event, showcasing our adaptability and innovation to the marketplace. I and the team look forward to your participation, your engagement, and input in helping Crestron shape the way we live and work. Thank you.
As you can see, Crestron really does have a unique point of view about innovation and putting that innovation to work. Hi, I'm Nick Milani, Executive Director of Product Marketing, and for the next few minutes, I'll give you a quick overview of what's going on over the next 2 days. Be assured, Crestron Next is not all about us broadcasting to you. There are in-session breakout rooms, detailed 3D renderings that let you virtually touch and feel the product. There are live Q&A sessions with Crestron technical experts, and of course, plenty of opportunities to set up appointments with our regional sales managers. This is truly meant to be an interactive event. Throughout, you'll have the opportunity to choose the subjects and product sessions most useful to you. Signing up for a session is easy. Just click on the Agenda tab to see available sessions and times. Click on the yellow box with the plus sign to add a session to your agenda. It will change to a green box with a check. And of course, go to My Agenda under the Agenda tab to ensure it's been added. If you see a green checkbox, you're good to go. Crestron Next features high-level issue-oriented sessions. A summit that brings consultants together to talk about the future, how we can work together to grow our businesses and the industry. We'll look at key dynamics driving our industry, how technology is unfolding, and where we see it going in 2020 and beyond. An A+ roundtable for higher education folks talking about relevant technologies for higher ed, addressing the challenges of a hybrid learning environment and closing the distance between classroom and home. A roundtable for residential dealers sharing their personal experiences with Crestron Home and their insights on how it has helped them grow their businesses. There's an enterprise roundtable that brings together a panel of experts spanning large enterprise, education, and integration to discuss key issues and trends and their vision of what the future holds. Crestron's residential team has put together a number of sessions, one focused on wellness design for the home led by Delos, one of Crestron's technology partners, and another focused on touchless control featuring the latest voice-activated control for the home. We'll also talk about what's next in the modern workplace. This session focuses on the challenges and opportunities of the work-from-anywhere world, how today's workplace needs to be highly adaptable, flexible, and leverage technologies that maximize personal safety. Now, admittedly, I'm a little biased, but for years, Crestron has been synonymous with great products, and we'll have individual sessions focused on these areas of expertise and excellence. Since we're living in a new work-from-home, learn-from-home world, let's start with residential. Crestron is one of the few companies that bridges both the residential and the commercial worlds. Our home conferencing session brings that expertise to life with solutions that demonstrate how you can offer your customers a professional experience at home. There's a session dedicated to the ever-evolving enhancements and expanded business opportunities that is Crestron Home, and of course, the role DM-NVX plays in home entertainment. The audio solutions section will highlight our next generation series amplifiers, one simple device that replaces multiple products and can be used in any number of different applications. We'll also talk about our next generation network speakers, as well as touch on how AES-67 is being integrated into different product lines to deliver audio in more places. We'll look at room scheduling launched several years ago. This versatile solution continues to deliver amazing answers for our customers' evolving needs, from physical wayfinding to keeping track of occupancy numbers. During the AirMedia Wireless presentation, we'll share how this system continues to evolve and grow, supporting all the devices and content people want to share. We'll also dive into recent advancements with intelligent content sharing. And just between us, we're going to preview next-generation technology that connects anybody to any content anywhere without wires, without boundaries. Speaking of wireless, one of the new technologies we're rolling out this year at Crestron Next is mobile room control. The ability to control the room from your own personal device, more critical now than ever. And of course, there's the UC product line, one of our most important. You'll see how we're leveraging our deep partnership with Microsoft and Zoom to deliver an even more full experience in all the places people work. Our new lineup of devices offer more choice, more value, and the smart connections customers are demanding. Now, I'm excited to have Nicole Deason, Vice President, Device Partner Sales at Microsoft, share her thoughts on recent developments.
Hi, I'm Nicole Deason from Microsoft, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to thank Crestron for our longtime strategic partnership. Our relationship has two key components. First, our engineering teams work closely together to drive innovation on the Microsoft Teams and Microsoft Azure platforms, delivering intelligent edge communications experiences that drive customer delight worldwide. This is especially important as the pandemic has forced companies to rethink and retool to meet their communication and collaboration needs. Second, our sales and marketing teams around the world are collaborating to win deals together. A great example of that is Rich Products, a family-owned food company that operates in more than 100 countries worldwide. Rich Products standardized on Microsoft Teams software, the Crestron Flex portfolio of Teams Rooms devices, and the Crestron XIO cloud service, which runs on Azure. Through this standardization, Rich Products gained a full suite of products that are designed to facilitate collaboration in every meeting room, host virtual demonstrations for customers, and even utilize occupancy sensors to help associates to locate available desks to help them adhere to social distancing policies. As a leader in intelligent edge systems, Crestron continues to expand its portfolio of Microsoft Teams Room devices, including the latest Crestron Flex MM with zero-touch provisioning and a 40% smaller footprint than earlier systems. Congratulations to Crestron on your latest Microsoft Teams Room devices, and thank you for your continued partnership to drive innovation and collaboration for our joint customers and resellers around the world.
Like Nicole said, next-generation hardware has recently been released, including the new Mercury Mini, the MM30. Check out those sessions to find out more. Of course, all of these advances and solutions leverage XIO Cloud, the most progressive IoT platform in the world that's getting more features, more power, more refined pricing, and the only tool in the world that lets you remotely control any type of space from a browser. The final session will look ahead to future Crestron innovations. With insights as to where Crestron is investing its R&D resources, Crestron really does have an unmatched heritage of leading the way. Speaking of leadership, we've been a leader in digital media for almost a decade. Ahead of the industry, we identified the analog sunset, switching people to digital, and ultimately creating the broadest portfolio of audio video distribution technologies in the world. From the simplest wire, to point-to-point, to point-to-multipoint, all the way through matrix switchers and up to AV over IP. Our systems are designed to work together, and we've got some big news to share with you today.
Today, content drives everything. How we learn, how we work, how we play. It comes from everyone and must go everywhere, seamlessly, securely, and flawlessly. No one drives content better than Crestron Digital Media. One proven platform that handles global enterprises, active learning centers, government offices. One proven platform that for 80% of those spaces is absolutely right out of the box with no additional programming, giving you what you need, nothing you don't. Crestron Digital Media. Standards-based with the widest range of connectivity options for AV and control signals. Instantly delivering content from any type of source to any type of display, whether it's single source to display, multi-source to multiple displays. An all-in-one solution that adds control and rich audio. Solutions that can distribute content across multiple spaces or an entire network. And now, the best AV over IP solution is even better. Crestron introduces third-generation technology that's first in power, performance, reliability, and flexibility. DM-NVX360, able to segment traffic to any network with the highest quality video. DM-NVX363 does all that while providing world-class audio, Dante, DSP, all built in for all your audio needs, and all work seamlessly with every generation of Crestron technology. DM-NVX AV over IP, powered by your network to power content everywhere.
Exciting. And now I'm joined by Alex Paris, the product manager for Crestron's digital media product line, to talk more about the unveiling of our third generation technology. Hi, Alex. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Nick. Excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we jump into the individual product, can you start with maybe a high-level overview? Summarize the last 3 years, what you've learned, and what key takeaways the audience can walk away from this with.
Of course. So it's been really interesting. Since our launch in 2017, we shipped over 350,000 units to market and have provided 75 new features to customers for those products. Our features really have been based on customer interactions and dealer interactions, where they're looking for the interoperability, flexibility, and manageability on the network. So interoperability from the perspective of being able to interoperate the DM-NVX with other products on the market, like other manufacturers' audio devices or different types of displays and sources. The flexibility to drop an encoder or decoder anywhere on the network. And then from there, they wanted the ability to manage them. So with Crestron DM-NVX Director and XIO Cloud, you can now manage these effectively on the network.
Wow, that's fantastic. It's impressive how we've been able to evolve that system over time. Now, let's look at the actual devices. Starting with the 360, highlight some of the key things people should realize when they think about this third generation.
So with the 360, we really took an IT-centric approach. First of all, the devices now have PoE+, so they can be powered in encoder or decoder mode with full PoE+ to enable a single wire control. From there, we now have 4 Ethernet ports. The previous units had 3 Ethernet ports. The 4 Ethernet ports really allow you to separate video, audio, and USB on the network. Okay. So if customers want to separate that traffic, they can do so on separate VLANs and separate networks. Or if they want to combine them all to a single port, they have the flexibility to do so as well. We also now have basically taking 5 DM-NVXs and turning them down into 2. So the DM-NVX 360 is just like your DM-NVX 350. All the features that you know and love in that product in a new product that can be now PoE powered. But the 363 is kind of based on a hybrid of the 351 and the 352. That now incorporates the DSP and Dante on the same board. So if you have high bitrate audio, we can downmix that and send that on a Dante network.
Wow, so you have one device that really covers the heart of the market, then you have a more advanced device for the audio-centric features.
Exactly.
Interesting. A lot of people in our industry talk about standards and interoperability. It's quite the discussion these days. And let's talk about our approach to innovation and really how we've helped drive those standards and what we're doing in that next generation.
So the key to that is making sure that DM-NVX can work on any network. Whether that's a 1 gigabit, 2.5, 5, or 10 gigabit network, the NVX traffic can work on that network. That will allow the interoperability and standards-based approach for audio, video, and control. One of the big updates we brought to market this summer was AES-67 support, and now that's supported on all DM-NVX devices to enable interoperability between third-party manufacturers that integrate the standard and Crestron's DM-NVX. And then lastly, because the DM-NVX is built on an IT-centric approach, we wanted to make sure it's secure on networks. And DM-NVX is a JITC certified device, which means that it is certified to work on government networks securely. So at the end of the day, you don't have to take my word for it. It works on any network.
That's really powerful. Having the right mix of features and options, and then also understanding that our devices don't exist in the world by themselves, right? They're part of a broader ecosystem of network, and really working with the way those others work and helping to support that is kudos to your team on pulling that off. It's obvious that in some ways, the imagination of our industry is just catching up with the technology. Can you help the audience maybe explore some applications that you've discovered in this process, the way customers are uniquely using this technology to solve their needs?
Of course. So especially during today's times where everyone is socially distant and we need to separate, we've seen DMNVX really drive home in esports. The ability to separate the gaming application from where the end user is playing. Because DMNVX can transport audio, video, and control in USB from one end to the other, that allows the designer to build out the places and the spaces that they want. We've also seen increases in town halls and socially distant rooms like larger conference rooms. Because the flexibility of DMNVX, the customer can just drop a display wherever they want, route the video to that location, and then bring it back in.
So in that case, what we're talking about is a 10-person conference room. 5 people can only be in there. Person number 6 shows up. They go to the room next door, and we can dynamically route that same content over to the room.
We can.
And we can take that to a broader scale than when we go to a town hall where a CEO wants to address all their employees and all the spaces they're working without gathering them into an auditorium, which by today's standards is unsafe.
Exactly. As long as there's a DMNVX behind every display and it's on the same network, you'll be able to route that video from that CEO's content up to the screen.
And then when you talk about e-gaming, that's uniquely where USB comes into play, right? And that ability. Now, what I find fascinating about that market is the sensitivity to latency, right? That's a big part of esports and e-gaming.
It's huge.
So talk to me a little bit more and talk to the audience about how latency's played out and where we're at in that journey.
Of course. So we've seen a lot of customers now really bring together PCs and codec farms. What that means is they centrally locate the PCs or the codecs and route that PC content to and from any desk. So if I walk into the classroom, I basically select my PC or a Mac, and I can show it up on the screen.
Fantastic. And then with codec farming, explain that one a little bit more. What's the idea behind codec farming?
So codec farming basically is if a customer wants to have multiple unified communication codecs in a single location, but they don't use one for every dedicated room. Maybe they have 50 rooms, and they know that 40 rooms will be active in calls. They'll purchase 40 codecs and then also have the ability to route those codecs as well as other sources to those rooms.
Wow, that's fascinating. DMNVX really is changing the way organizations do their work. And that's where we talk about that imagination and really catching up to the industry. Let's go a bit more broad though. DMNVX is part of that broader digital media portfolio. A lot of people might be wondering, are we continuing to invest in matrix switchers and our other solutions? And can you share with the audience a little bit more about that?
Of course. So digital media is a time-tested portfolio. It's been built over a decade, and we are not stopping our investments in that product line. So whether that's our DM matrix switchers, our DMPS Lite, our DM Lite product lines, as well as our new HDMI switchers, which you'll be hearing about at Crestron Next, we're extremely excited to keep enhancing the AV toolset for customers.
And it's about the right application, the right technology for the right space. And I think that breadth of portfolio gives people options for every application. I mean, at the end of the day, that's really the goal, right?
Exactly. DM is about building a solution. We want to solve every customer's needs to provide the best experience.
And then if we step beyond the individual parts of the DM family, what makes it impactful? I mean, what's the difference between one of our HDMI switchers versus somebody else's when you think about that total ecosystem? What's the advantage of going, all DM?
Of course. So our HDMI switchers work with every source and every display. But then Crestron takes it to the next level. We make sure we provide the control that you need to make it work in any application and the security to be on that network. So now our new HDMI switchers have XIO Cloud and full security so that if you have to deploy it with 802.1x, you can do so effectively.
And obviously they'll hear a lot more about XIO Cloud, but that really does help power the firmware updates, the monitoring of the technology, ensure it's available 24/7.
Exactly, and it allows you to mass deploy them. If you have 50 or 100 devices, you want to set their ADIDs or their HDCP settings, all you have to do is deploy it through XIO Cloud once and send it to all the devices and you're off.
Fantastic, Alex. Thank you for your time. And, can you give us a little bit of a teaser about your upcoming sessions?
I think you're going to have to wait for those.
Well, fair enough. As you can see, it's a richly packed 2 days. We're glad you're here. We're excited to unveil that third generation of the industry's most successful, most celebrated AV over IP solution and more. AV over IP, enhancements in digital media, next generation audio solutions, wireless presentations, mobile room control, and by the way, the best UC portfolio in the industry. Thanks for joining us. Remember to register for any session simply by clicking on that agenda tab and selecting the session you'd like to attend. We look forward to interacting with you soon.
We are adapting dynamically to the needs we are seeing from our customer base, but it's also been an environment for innovation. We have changed the way our kids learn, we have changed the way we work, and it's brought about a technology evolution that perhaps otherwise wouldn't have taken place.
Work, education, and home are evolving like never before. So are we.
By integrating technology and putting technology at work for people, not the other way around.
The entire portfolio of Crestron products are designed to make people's lives easier.
We can shift and move and change direction on a dime.
When we see where things are going, where we need to be, we act, and we act quickly.
We flipped our annual Masters Training Conference from being an in-person event into an interactive online training program in 10 days.
Innovation. Cutting edge. Customer-centric.
Innovation.
Innovation.
Oh, it's innovation.
The willingness to experiment, the willingness to take risks.
It's really to change the way people think and create a solution.
We are investing over 10% of our revenue in R&D.
We're simulating decades of use. We are finding the defect during the development stage.
10% of your revenue is a big number to invest in technology.
We have to come out with innovation that hits at all budgets, at all types of solutions.
It's about solving the customer's needs in the field, and that's really what drives our roadmap and our innovation.
Building and even sometimes changing direction based upon customer feedback, and building products and bringing them to market that address their needs is very unique to Crestron.
When our customers succeed, so do we.
Our level of support is second to none.
People come to Masters not just to learn from Crestron, but to learn from each other.
Crestron invests a ton of money and resources for our students, for training, for our dealers, for our partners, for our consultants.
Without those folks who stand behind the customer and stand behind the product, it's just technology.
The future isn't a prediction, it's a commitment.
With over 1 million square feet of dedicated manufacturing and distribution space, we can scale.
We bring experiences to people.
Mobile control is a huge ask.
Work from anywhere solutions.
And we make technology disappear.
We're developing 250 to 300 new products every single year.
There's so many more products we would like to bring to market, right? We focus on the ones that we think are going to be most impactful.
Why Crestron Next? Now.
I'm very excited about the Crestron Next event.
Crestron Next is a positive way to prove how we can quickly, easily adapt and still bring the message we want to share with our customers and still be connected with our people a different way.
And people need to continue to understand where Crestron is going, and we need to understand where they need to go.